Well, the city of Chicago spent tens of millions of dollars over 2 years in an effort to bring the 2016 Summer Olympic Games to the Midwestern United States. But not even the city's heaviest hitters could seal the deal. VOA's Kane Faribault reports.
The day began with blue skies and excitement in Daley Plaza, situated in downtown Chicago. Thousands of supporters turned out for the official Chicago 2016 Olympic bid watch party. What started out as a celebration filled with loud music and enthusiasm
for the city of Chicago
ended in a gasp of disbelief.
The city of Chicago, having obtained the least number of votes, will not participate in the next round.
Chicago's dream to host the 2016 Games ended in the first round of voting.
I think people are in shock.
Kimberly Levy was one of the thousands of people in Daley Plaza expecting a different outcome, given that the Chicago bid had the support of one of its most famous citizens, President Barack Obama.
I think he only could have helped, but it's kind of sad. The Obama aura seems to be fading, which is an interesting phenomenon.
As the shock of the loss began to wear off, the issue of how to move forward was very much on the minds of supporters like Arthur Mingo.
2020, when you look at Salt Lake City, they didn't get the first time. They redid their plan, they came back, and they were able to get their Olympics. I think if we go ahead, we look at our plan, and we start making changes to where people had some issues, then in 2020 we could have a more constructive bid and really make the chance to go then.
Kimberly Levy is not as hopeful. She believes this failed attempt could spell the end of Chicago Mayor Richard Daley's career.
I don't know, because I don't think Daley has enough clout left. I don't think he'll be around long enough to really be able to pull this off. So this might have been it.
But with or without Mayor Daley and President Barack Obama, Athletic Ambassador John Andrew Cambanis believes Chicago should give it another shot.
You know, as an athlete, I know what it's like to not make it to the Olympics. It makes you fight harder. If you give up, you know you're missing out. If you know what's in you, you move forward, you get stronger.
London, England is the next city to host the 2012 Olympic Games. Rio de Janeiro's successful bid will bring the 2016 Olympic Games to South America for the first time. Voting for the site of the 2020 Olympic Games takes place in 2013. Kane Faribault, VOA News, Chicago.
And now joining us to talk about the International Olympic Committee's decision is VOA's Sonny Young. Welcome, Sonny.
Thank you, Vincent. Good to be here.
Now, give us your reaction to Rio's win of the Olympics.
I was happy for the Brazilians. From a historical perspective, South America, Brazil has never staged an Olympics. Going into the IOC vote in Copenhagen, the Brazilians were described as a sentimental favorite, and they really emphasized that historical aspect in their presentation to the IOC. They mentioned how many Olympics have been held in Europe, in North America, and I think it really made an impact on the IOC voters.
Now, Sonny, Brazil is getting a double dose. Look, 2014, the World Cup, and then 2 years later they have the Olympics. Really, what role did the World Cup play into getting this victory for the Olympics?
Well, Vincent, from a World Cup perspective, the Brazilians utilized one of the greatest World Cup players in history, Pelé. Many consider Pelé the greatest soccer player of all time. And in the lead up to the Copenhagen vote, Pelé did lots of lobbying with the IOC delegates. He played street soccer with Danish school children, and he really pressed the flesh, and he made the point that Brazil wanted the Olympics in addition to the 2014 World Cup.
I guess it wasn't possible for President Obama to dribble the soccer on the streets. But then talking about soccer. In fact, as we speak now, the Under-20 soccer tournament is going on in Egypt. Tell me, how are the African teams faring?
Well, Vincent, it's been a good showing by the African teams in Egypt. In fact, 4 African teams, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and host Egypt, have advanced to the round of 16 in Egypt. Our viewers need to remember that an African team has never lifted the trophy at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Ghana and Nigeria, both in the round of 16, have come closest. Twice they've been runner-up at the FIFA under 20 level. And just to take a quick look at Tuesday's matches involving the African teams. In Ismailia, Egypt, it will be an all-African encounter between Ghana and South Africa. Also Tuesday in Cairo, the Young Pharaohs of Egypt will host Costa Rica. So lots of great African action taking place in Egypt.
Indeed, and watching Ghana and South Africa will be quite a game because South Africa is fired up because of the upcoming World Cup. And Ghana is one of the best, isn't it?
I like the Black Satellites of Ghana to win that match in Ismailia tomorrow, Vincent. I think Ghana has a stronger team than South Africa. And in fact, I think we're going to see some of the Ghanaian players on the under-20 team playing at next year's World Cup in South Africa.
All right. Sonny, thank you very much. And that's it for today from the sunny side of sports.
And that's from all of us here today. You can, of course, watch In Focus on our website, voanews.com/TV to Africa.
Join us tomorrow for another edition of In Focus.
Good night from all of us here.